To keep getting the love from my keep the money coming in. Need another pin. Gotta make the people view everything different when you touching. It's for cloud and hitters, man. You can never. They be pulling at you, grabbing at you, pop up trying to change. Rearranging, moving careful every day, exactly how I play this. Not looking place. Feel like Jesse Owens, cause I'm taking off with the race. But I'm all about the beats until the sucker hit a make. Oh man, easy man, your performance kinda shake. I'm prepared for the fame, I like that crap sound really lame. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't cry at least once a week. Cause I'm so blessed with no stress, all the weight taken off of me. Head in the clouds and I sound like no grandma watching me. My dream came true, I'm loving all these cameras in my face. I never knew that I would get the love from my stage. Stay with the blue, always keep the money coming in. Ain't nothing new, writing until I need another pen. Gotta make the right decision, no, it might just be my last. People view everything different when you touching on the back. What you see as good intentions is for cloud and hitters, man. You can never be except you carry, gotta wear a mask. They be pulling at you, grabbing at you, pop up trying to change you. I built my own foundation and there ain't no rearranging. Moving careful every day is exactly how I play this. Not looking for number one, but that's exactly how I'm placing.
Never had no money. I've been out here trying to give me away. Ain't nobody helping, I was hungry. Flipping away. Now I got it, so I bought it. Man, like every day. For all the time nobody helped me, said I ball on you. Man, like every day. For all the time you say it, man, I ball. Until the day I pass away, I say I ball on you, man, like every day, man, like every day. Well, I'll be watching time go by in an icy Cartier, paper flying like a paper plane. I'm trying to get lost in the mansion like a maze. A money tree will take your stress away. Ball on the like every day. Call me coach, gotta switch up plays. Spend a little money, don't care how it's made. Drop top, cook your sun rays. Start off without it, gotta get it one day. Doing 200 on the runway. Got a bad chicken, she ripping the runway. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Rip out my heart, you a demon. I get the money from no reason. Why everybody come through unpolite?
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Washington football team. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back.
Touchdown! It's complete. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. To try here for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Washington 7, Saints nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the... And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. A little too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. A give to Gibson running right. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again, shedding the tackle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's caught by OBJ. Touchdown, Washington. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll look to throw here. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Check, 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 check,
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Coming left is Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's 2nd and 9.
We got three, fellas, we got 3.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's taken down inside the 30.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Shift. Back. You going to take.
A give. This is Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
52's the mic, boy.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Bond gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up another and 10.
Hawk 70. Coming to you. Hey, 1-7. Hawk 19. 54. In your face.
He'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Flush to his right. On the scramble, it's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. A give running right, Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Saints nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
A big play there on the screen pass.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Watch the run. Bang, bang, bang. Watch the edge.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Hart. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refuse to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Zach Bond able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Gibson here running out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. Here's Cressway now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. On the ground, Kamara. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. Touchdown. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Bass on for the extra point.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes this Washington 28, Saints 7.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
54, right there, 54 Mike.
Check pass, check pass.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A handoff for Gibson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 26. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Gibson. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
Hawk 70. Back 6. 79 Broncos.
2nd and 11. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Touchdown, Washington.
It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Saints 7. Timer is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Check three.
Second down and inches. Going for the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big-time play there for New Orleans.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far. But you've got to figure when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Check 26, check 26. Shit! He's coming!
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll set up to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
103 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
And the Washington first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Here's Gibson.
And some room to roam now. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A huge play there for Washington.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing football.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, check back, check back.
Now a give right side. It's Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson.
A 22-yard scamper.
And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And Kamara with a call on first down as he works his way forward for a gain of about 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Rolling to his left.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I know that pass was incomplete, but I'm awfully impressed with how he was able to maintain his vision, because normally when you break out to the left that way, it narrows everything down, almost becomes a half-field read. But he's able to still see the entire playing surface and try to connect all the way back to the right.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
2nd down at 7.
Mike 6. No gain on this defense. No.
They'll go again with Gibson.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Washington on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And the drive starts with a completion, left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the pass. 54 Mike. 54.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
help when I was hungry. Fake friends, they just slipping away. Now I got it, so I ball. Man, like every day. Hey. For all the time nobody helped me, said I ball on you. Man, like every day. Hey. Hey. For all the times you dated, man, I ball. Man, like every day. Hey. Hey. Until the day I pass away, I say I ball on you. Man, like every day. Hey. Man, like every day. Well, I'll be watching time in the icy Kanye. Paper flying like a paper plane. I'm trying to get lost in the mansion like a maze. Money tree will take a stress away. Ball on the like every day. Call me coach, gotta switch up plays. Spend a little money, don't care how it made. Drop top, sun and rain. Start off with a addict, gotta get it one day. Doing 200 on the runway. Got a bad chick, she ripping the runway. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I get the money for real, no reason. Why body come through unpolitely? I ride around in exotic. Wake me up cause I gotta be dreaming. If only my dogs could see this. Never had no money. I've been out here trying to get me away. Ain't nobody help when I was hungry. Fake friends, they just slipping away. Now I got it, so I ball. Man, like every day. Hey. For all the time nobody helped me, said I ball on you. Man, like every day. Hey. Hey. For all the times you dated, man, I ball. Man, like every day. Hey. Until the day I pass away, I say I ball on you. Man, like every day. Hey. Man, like every day. My whole team in a huddle. I done caught over a gazillion plays. Yeah. A legend now, not in the making. Breaking records, these are things we celebrate. Yeah. It took a L to keep you humble. All that money start